You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, I got to give Colin Cowherd credit, and I've watched Colin, 20 years probably. Well, back when he was on ESPN News, back in the day, ESPN Radio, and he was simulcast. It looked like he was broadcasting out of a closet inside Bristol for ESPN. Now he's on FS1. He was on with his yearly visit with Ryan Russillo on his Ringer podcast. And they were talking, of course, they're both in the same business. They were talking about times of the year in sports where you could go take a vacation. And he was talking about, look, he always tries to take a vacation during the summer. And before the NFL starts, before college football starts. And he said the one thing that has caused him to take a second look and talk about a person that really and truly is moving the needle and that people are very interested in, and Colin Cowherd, he doesn't talk about anything that is not deemed of national interest in some way. He's always going to talk Yankees, Lakers, Cowboys, Chiefs, the big heavy hitters, right? And a lot of people are like, why are they always talking about the Lakers and the Cowboys? Because people watch that. I don't know how else to say it. I've seen the analytics. It's a fact. And he came out when they had that interview and said, Caitlin Clark moves the needle like those people. Well, one thing we always hear, the WNBA haters, the old fandom, the gatekeepers, as Colin calls them here, are always banging on fans because they don't want to learn the past and the players and the history that came before them. Now, I've got a theory. People are going to spend their money and their time the way they want to. So when those fans are looking at me and saying, you've got to go back and watch. No, I don't. No, I don't. If I'd have wanted to watch it, I'd have been watching it then. I don't want to retroactively go watch it. I didn't care. I mean, plain and simple. And I don't apologize for that either. Well, Cowherd came out today. He's fully aware, and he's locked in on this Caitlin Clark thing, just like the rest of us. And he's got a little message. He slams the WNBA gatekeepers and how they view fans that did not watch this league beforehand.
There's these people who are fans of indie bands, international soccer, and the WNBA. They have this gatekeeping mentality. We'll tell you who's great. Colin, I was watching the WNBA long before Caitlin Clark. Well, yeah, it's not my problem your social life was boring. I'm not going to apologize for watching it when it got really interesting. And I've said this about Steph Curry. I love Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler and pods. But if you take Steph Curry out of the Warriors, they're kind of boring. And if you take Caitlin Clark out of the WNBA and her team, it's not the same. She's packing now larger arenas. She's taking and making shots nobody's ever done in the history of the sport. She is Steph Curry. I mean, there's a reason the NBA puts Steph Curry on Christmas. And privately, the NBA with Steph Curry out of the playoffs knows Minnesota's not going to get the same number. WNBA players weirdly have been fighting growth. Stop fighting the truth. Get out of your own way. It is a bad look. She is a fascinating player, and it must be exhausting hating new cool things.
Absolutely. God, you've heard me say this on this channel. She's the hybrid love child of Larry Bird and Steph Curry with the branding of Jordan. You've heard me say that. If you've watched this channel at all, you've heard me say that. Right there, she's interesting. Caitlin Clark is interesting. And the new fans aren't going to apologize for the fact that she's just now bringing us in. All right, brought us in last year, but you get the point.
There's these people.
I've known this league existed. I did. I knew it existed. I had zero care to watch it, and I don't feel like I'm going to apologize for that. So there's a lot of reaction coming in from this. He cooked. It's how they treated MJ. The lesbian mafia does it in the NWSL too. The women's soccer league, they do that over there too. I don't think they even watch the games. They just don't want you to either. They think it's theirs. That's crazy. I mean, I don't get it. They think they've got ownership of it. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. I mean, 70% new fans just walked in. No, we walked in and just took it. I mean, you can keep watching. That's fine. That's fine. But, I mean, we're not going to gatekeep the league. People can do what they want to with their own time. It's not a badge of honor, though. I mean, we don't care about your badge. We don't. It's crazy. It's simple. Women hate on each other, especially one that takes their league by storm. It's a rather interesting theory where Colin was right. Yeah. He does a segment where Colin was wrong and where Colin was right. Colin was 100% right. Honestly. This person thinks the league will never succeed because of the gatekeepers in it. I mean, 1,000% true, spoken by Uncle Colin. How about this one? They only want, I mean, you see it right there. Honestly. He's not wrong, by the way. She is the most valuable league-changing star the WNBA has ever gotten its hands on. Of course, every GM would line out to start their franchise with her. Well, 50% of the GMs. We saw that survey yesterday. I said I'd fired every one of them except the Fever GM because they weren't allowed to answer for their own team. I'd have fired any of them. If I found out my GM didn't pick her as their number one spot for starting a franchise, she'd be gone because I don't want you evaluating talent or stardom. I don't want you evaluating that. I don't like the guy, but he's not wrong. I mean, there you go. He's not wrong this time. He cooked here. I mean, honestly, they're going to attack him, but that's the facts. It is the facts. Another banger from Colin where Colin was right. Right on. I mean, honestly. So it's a hot take, but he's correct, unfortunately. I mean, even people know. Even people know. Look at this lie. This Angel Wilson fan, look at this. This is just a blatant lie. Quote, he isn't lying. Literally look up ratings just the last few years, record ratings. The ratings were putrid. 450,000 people were tuning in for your 3-time MVP, Angel Wilson. I mean, honestly, that's just bullshit. That's a total, honestly. That's crazy. It really is. That's happening a lot from that fandom, too. Just throwing out blatant BS lies. Okay, I mean, I'm not... you can try to fit that in your narrative, but I've compared the ratings of the last several years to the ratings of last year. It wasn't close. The gatekeeping is weird. It is. I said this entire league is weird. Far as players in it trying to be petty and jealous, the fans being downright vicious and ugly. I'm like, you do understand NFL fans aren't like this. They're not like this. NBA fans, not like this. I mean, yeah, you talk regular shit back and forth, but not the insanely personal. I mean, it's wild. It really is. Man, tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.